Nigerians, the heart that gives without counting. The Nigerian spirit of giving. When you look closely at the Nigerian story, beyond the noise, beyond the hardship, beyond the headlines of struggle and survival, you will find something deeply powerful and consistent: giving. It is not just something Nigerians do. It is something Nigerians are. In Nigeria, giving is not always about abundance. In fact, more often than not, it comes from people who themselves are still trying to build stability. Yet somehow, even in that place of uncertainty, Nigerians give freely, quickly, and often without expecting anything in return. To understand what giving means in Nigeria, you have to understand that it is not always structured or formal. It is not only found in large donations, charity organizations, or publicized philanthropy. In Nigeria, giving lives in everyday life, in small moments that never make the news. It is the market woman who adds extra food to a struggling customer's bag and says, "Just take it, God will provide." It is the bus driver who reduces fare for a student who looks tired or confused. It is the neighbor who shares food without being asked because they heard cooking smells but also heard silence in your home for days. It is the relative who may not have much but still sends something small for school fees, naming it a blessing rather than an obligation. This is what giving means in Nigeria. It is emotional, instinctive, and deeply human. In many societies, giving is calculated. It is planned. It is documented. But in Nigeria, giving is often immediate. It is driven by empathy rather than excess. When Nigerian sees need, the first reaction is not, "How much do I have?" but "How can I help?" Even among strangers, this spirit shows itself. A traveler stranded in an unfamiliar city may find help from someone who has never met them before. A phone call may be made on their behalf. Transport money may be offered. Directions may turn into full escort service. And sometimes, the helper is not even sure why they did it, they just felt they should. That is the quiet power of Nigerian generosity. But giving in Nigeria is not only about money, it is also about presence. It is about emotional support, shared struggle, and collective survival. Nigerians give advice freely even when not asked. They give laughter in serious moments. They give hope in situations that look hopeless. They give words that keep people going when everything else feels broken. There is also a cultural understanding that, today it is you, tomorrow it might be me. This belief shapes the way people treat one another. It creates a cycle of informal generosity that moves through communities like invisible currency. In many Nigerian homes, even if there is just one meal left, it is not eaten alone. It is stretched. It is shared. It is multiplied by faith. A visitor will not be sent away hungry, no matter how little is available. This is not because Nigerians are wealthy. It is because hospitality and giving are deeply tied to identity. There is also something spiritual about it. Many Nigerians see giving as a connection to God, destiny, and blessings. There is a common belief that when you give, you do not lose, you multiply your favor. So even in scarcity, people give with expectation of divine return, not necessarily human repayment. But we must also understand something important. This generosity is not always visible in statistics or global reports. It is not always recorded. It does not always trend on social media. Much of Nigerian giving is invisible. It is the young graduate who shares transport fare with a friend even though he has not gotten a job. It is the mother who feeds extra children in the neighborhood without telling anyone. It is the church member who quietly supports another family through school fees. It is the friend who goes hungry so someone else can eat. This kind of giving does not always come with applause. In fact, most of the time, it is never even mentioned again. Yet, it is this hidden generosity that holds many communities together. Still, there is a contradiction worth noting. Nigeria is a country where people give so much, yet often struggle so hard. This raises an important question. How can a people so generous still face so many economic challenges? The answer is not that giving is the problem. The challenge is that much of the giving is informal, unstructured, and unmeasured. It flows through emotion more than systems. It is powerful, but not always organized in a way that builds long-term collective wealth. Even so, the spirit remains admirable. Because despite challenges, Nigerians have not stopped giving. If anything, hardship has made giving more meaningful, not less. In times of crisis, floods, accidents, health emergencies, you will see something remarkable. Nigerians will come together quickly. Funds will be raised, food will be shared, strangers will become family, social media will turn into rescue networks. People will contribute what they can, even if it is small. This collective response reveals something deeper. Giving in Nigeria is not just personal, it is communal. It is how society repairs itself when things fall apart. There is also pride in giving, not pride in a selfish sense, but pride in identity. Many Nigerians believe that generosity is part of who they are as a people. It is something they pass down. Parents teach children not just how to earn, but how to share. Not just how to survive, but how to support others while surviving. And even when life becomes difficult, that lesson remains. But giving also carries emotional weight. Sometimes it comes with sacrifice. Sometimes it comes with quiet pain. There are Nigerians who give beyond their comfort zone, supporting extended family, friends, communities, sometimes at personal cost. Yet they continue because stopping feels like breaking a cultural promise. This is where balance becomes important. The Nigerian spirit of giving is powerful, but it also needs wisdom. Giving should not lead to depletion. It should not become silent suffering. The same energy used to give can also be used to build systems, businesses, and structures that make giving sustainable. Because true generosity is not only about what you release, it is also about what you build so others can rise with you. Still, no matter how one analyzes it, the truth remains. Nigerians love to give. It is visible in their relationships, in their communities, in their faith, in their everyday interactions. It is not always loud. It is not always documented. But it is real. And perhaps that is what makes it even more powerful. Because the strongest forms of giving are not the ones displayed on stages or posted online. They are the ones that happen quietly, repeatedly, and naturally until they become part of who a people are. In Nigeria, giving is not just an action. It is a culture. It is a language. It is a bond. And even in silence, it continues to speak.